What is up, my friends? How's it going? Today we're going to be working on the Quest 3 Touch Plus controllers, and this has a bad stick drift. We're going to definitely replace that. So let's put a little bit of heat. I put 200°C, just like a hairdryer heat, just for a little bit. Make sure not to do it for too long because you just want to melt the adhesive so we can take that plastic off. But first, make sure to take off that battery, because whenever we work on any electronics, I always like to have the electricity unplugged. It's probably gonna be fine, but you never know. There's some component you could touch on accident and then mess up the whole entire thing. So just as a precaution, always do that. So we start on the sides using my little pry tool. It's an automotive pry tool. You can get this at Harbor Freight if you want. Nothing special. It's what I personally like to use. Alright, take that off. That's great. Let's take off the screws now. There's going to be 5 screws. Don't forget that really long one right here. Alright, there we go. Alright, pry tool again. Just be very gentle here. Just you don't want to pull it off all the way because there's still a ribbon inside. And just be careful not to mess up those LED lights on the sides. Just a little bit of wiggling and force will get that right out. There we go. Just get this one end, my friends. Alright, it's out. It's not a big deal. But this is the ribbon I'm talking about. That's right inside here. Gotta be very careful with that. Do not rip it. I use some tweezers here just to lift up that little handle, whatever. Just lift it up. I'm going to show you how to put it back together later, so you'll definitely be able to see what I'm talking about. But just be very careful. It's all out. Oh, man, look at that. Liquid damage. Well, that happens. We're gonna have to. We're still gonna continue the repair. Probably not gonna work, but just continue the repair as if it does. So I can at least show you how to replace these joysticks. Let's take that off. That ribbon right there. That other one that's connecting to the joystick itself. Turn it over. We got the X and Y button. And let's take off that joystick from the case. Yeah, just screw it off gently, obviously. And let's check this out. Alright, and as same with everything else, you match the old part with the new part. I'm going to take that off, that spring, because we're going to want to reuse it. So just hold on to that. This is the new one. See if I can stick this one in here. No. It has to be on the outside. Yeah. Remember, the ribbon was on the outside, so. That housing, that metal shielding that was on there is not going to work. So we're going to have to replace that metal shielding with the original that we had. Sometimes they don't come with metal shieldings when you do buy a new joystick, so just keep that in mind. But the metal shielding is a little bit different than what was on there already. Just put a little bit of pressure on the sides right here. Just something I like to do just to make sure it sticks on there. It doesn't just fall off while you're using it during gameplay. Put the joystick bumper on there. The joystick bump, there we go. And the ribbon to the outside. Looks good. Looks good. Get those two fasteners that you put away. Now I kind of speeded up a little bit on the video when I'm screwing things, but try to do it very gently when you do it. Make sure it's snug. Don't over tighten it. Alright. Now let's put the other part back. Let's start with the X and Y button. Let's put it in the inside the housing first. Make sure the orientation's right. There we go. Orientation correct. Perfect. Alright, let's start with that Wi-Fi cable. Wi-Fi. It's not Wi-Fi. It's more like a cable for the wireless connection. I guess it, it could be for Wi-Fi actually, because it does connect to your phone. But you definitely want it on there. Okay. Let's just set that in place over here. Make sure the orientation's correct. Got the buttons in the housing. Let me put that in there. Let's put the one screw just to make sure everything's all hunky-dory. Yeah. Make sure it's working good. Alright, second screw. So there's two screws for this part. And then just put those two ribbons. Make sure the door's open. Door for the ribbon. Yeah, don't leave your car door open. Second one. Make sure the door's open. Stick it in there with your tweezers. You can do this by hand, it's probably fine. But there's one part coming up that you definitely need tweezers. It's almost impossible to put it on there without it. So what I'm talking about here is that little door needs to be up. And I'm going to show you in Ant-Man mode what we're talking about. So little door is up. I'm using tweezers right here. I'm sticking it in there. And then, I don't know how I did it, but I got my finger to fit in there. So put the door down, okay? Now it's probably not perfectly seated, so I'm hitting it on the sides. Making sure it goes in there on the sides. Push it in just with a little bit of force. Make sure it's in there. On one side and two sides. Because I can still have the door closed and then it partially in there, but it doesn't necessarily mean the alignment's perfect. Alright, we got it. Now here's another tricky part, just snapping this in. So there's a little catch right here at the corner. I like to pull it out just a little tab. Use my pry tool. You're going to just have to bend that plastic just a hair, just to get it to catch. And it's always at this corner, so remember this space specifically. This little place. Alright. It's not super easy, so that's what I'm saying. Bend the plastic a tiny hair and then you get it on. Perfect. Alright. And we're almost done. Just put those 5 screws back. Short screw. Alright, third screw. Where'd it go? Right here on the corner. It's kind of a weird one. Kind of a weird angle. One more short screw. Put it on right. There we go. Under screw. Alright. Now you can change the adhesive completely. I still haven't found a hit. Nope. Not gonna do that. You gotta put some heat on here. Like I said, you can change the adhesive completely. I sometimes use Tessa tape. But I've been finding out that for this, you need something that's even stronger than Tessa tape. Tessa tape is great for iPads, usually assemblies. But for this one, I want a stronger adhesive. I haven't found one I like yet, so I'm just heating it up, heat up the adhesive, and sticking it on there. Make sure it's on there really tight. Make sure you go all around, because it's still kind of hot. So, because that heat kind of melts that adhesive a little bit. Alright, it's on there. And there we go. Put the battery back in, my friends. And that's it. Little door. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. God bless. See ya.